A new year has begun, and with it, a new host of parades. Now, I've never been very interested in parades, but I occasionally watch them on TV and thought little about them. I thought the bands were good, the floats pretty, but that was as far as it went. But what is it about them that draw people from their homes to crowd along city streets, to cheer and applaud marching bands, or to wave at people passing by? And why do some parades impact us more than others? I mean, how many parades can you think of where people are willing to camp out on city streets just to ensure they have an unobstructed spot to watch a parade pass by the next day? As you probably may have guessed, I am not talking about any parade, but the world-famous Pasadena Tournament of Roses parade. Initially conceived and performed in 1890 by the Pasadena Valley Hunt Club, the parade was created in order for its members to showcase their new lives in California, many of whom had previously lived in the Midwest and along the eastern seaboard, were thrilled at the prospect of escaping to Southern California's warmer climate, and wanted the parade to be a reflection of their newfound paradise. During the next several years, the parade would grow to encompass carriages covered in flowers, marching bands, foot races, tug-of-war competitions, and polo matches. The parade's growth and new popularity would entail additional new changes. And so in 1895, a new organization was erected to monitor and run the parade. Its new name would stem from the abundance of roses in the region, and its growth would usher in a new Southern California tradition. Join me in this episode as I explore the inner workings of this parade, as I invite you to come travel with me to Pasadena's Tournament of Roses parade. I begin my quest to learn more about the Tournament of Roses parade by visiting one of its major float builders, Phoenix Floats. As I enter into their main building complex, the sheer number of floats strung around the room overwhelms me. Work goes on in an organized manner, as volunteers work in groups cutting flowers, gathering supplies, and gluing dry material to the floats. Today is the first day of float decorating for Phoenix Floats, and so the pace is relaxed but still focused. Okay, I'm sitting here with
Craig Singer. I'm the crew chief on the Optimist International float, which is called Friend of Youth. This is my 7th year working with the floats, and we get a lot of kids that come in and work on our float. Some of these are students of mine. I'm a school administrator here in Los Angeles, and so we have kids that come out and work. They love doing it. As you can see over here, they're working on cutting the yellow straw flower. After they're done cutting it, we take it to the back, we put it into a blender, and it'll be blended, and then on some of the detail areas on the sign where it has lemonade, that will be done in this yellow straw flower, and in other areas so that it doesn't have a fur kind of consistency. It's a very smooth consistency. Some of the other things we'll have on there, the girls up on top right now are doing one bean at a time, little black beans, around the signs. Yeah. My wife, she came home one day and said, "Sweetheart, how'd you like to decorate a float?" And I said, "Sure." So that was the first year the Optimists had a float in the parade. came down and started working. It was a carousel horse that year, and the bug bit me and my wife, and she'll be here shortly. So we've been working on the floats ever since, and we've just been able to get a lot of people to come down, family, friends, and a lot of kids, and that's the best part of it. Because when we see high school kids like Wael here and Sally over there, and some of the others scattered around, these are kids that I've seen growing up, it's a real joy to watch them.